Welcome to the program with me, Dr. Mercy Korir. This is Health Digest, the program that discusses health issues that affect you. On this episode, we are discussing child mental illnesses, and we're looking at mental illnesses that affect children. How do we, as a society, handle children who probably have a mental illness that is yet to be diagnosed or has been diagnosed? How do we, as parents, handle these children, or as teachers? When and how do we miss some of these mental illnesses that affect children? And we are discussing this from Mathare Mental Hospital. And with me to start off this program is Afisai Matoke. Afisai, whose son Samuel has a mental issue that has been diagnosed and is being managed. But initially, Afisai did not think that his son Samuel had an issue. He thought that this child was just performing poorly in school. And we'll start with you, Afisai. What made you come to this clinic at Mathare today for your child, Samuel?
He was doing badly because when he was here, normally I change schools so that I can see if there is any improvement. So I changed from one school to another, but the latest I sent him home. There's a school in Kisii. So when he went there, the first exam he was given, he did poorly, got almost 100 and something marks. So the question that teachers started asking, how can people from Nairobi can perform poorly than the other children who are, let's say, in the countryside? Yeah. So that made us to ask ourselves questions.
Depending on which disorder it is, depression or ADHD or autism or bipolar or mood disorder, substance abuse, it can be seen in early childhood or in adolescence.
When Samuel was born at birth, did he have any issues? And as he was growing up as a toddler, did he have any issues that made you realize as a parent that probably there's a problem here?
No. Alikuwa tu ni mtoto kawaida, anacheza vizuri. The boy was born good. He didn't have any side effects or defects. So they didn't have any, all they didn't recommend for a clinic, that is. So he attended all the clinics, all the injection that is required for a normal child.
There is the usual milestones. When a child is born, we expect them to smile at this age, we expect them to sit at this age, we expect them to walk at this age, we expect them to talk at this age. Many of the time, if some conditions are not diagnosed early, then the delay is even pushed further. Like autism, if you don't get the child get stimulated, and also because most of them also have coordination problems, developmental muscle coordination problems. So if that is not worked on through occupational therapy, through physiotherapy, through speech therapy, then you end up with the child having further delay. But on the other hand, also you will have a frustrated parent who is expecting their child to perform like other children of their age, yet they are not able to. And you delay the process of accepting. In some cases where, like autism, it's a severe disorder.
After 3 years, we started baby class. He did well in baby class, but when he started nursery, that is when the performance yake ilianza kwenda chini. So tukauliza mwalimu what's happening, akasema he will improve. So at pre-unit, the same case. So we transferred him to another school. But akapewa interview na akapita. But kwa languages Kiswahili na Kisungu ndio ilikuwa shida kwake, but wakasema atafanya tuition. So from there aliendelea kwa hiyo shule, lakini naye marks yake kulingana hiyo shule, performance yake iko juu. Na mtoto akiwa kwa hiyo shule ana expect akuwe na more marks ama akuwe ni mtoto sio kama shule zingine zilikuwa around hapo.
Our school system has been very involving. We've substituted some of those things, life skills, ethics, social studies, with academics. And so we need to make sure that we bring them back, because we need to bring out responsible students, not just students who have S and they cannot be able to survive in the community.
Ifika standard 6, the school ikasema nataka alipit. Atuwaone sasa akienda 7 na waone kama hata kuna kitu atafanya. Sasa tukiuliza mwalimu na mwalimu anasema he lacks concentration in class. Sasa tukaanza kuuliza swali, mtoto unaona a concentrate kwa class, wewe as a teacher ni nini unafanya? Ati tumejaribu, na sasa mtoto amekuwa kwa shule na wewe ndio ndio unatakiwa kuchua ni nini na distract yeye kwa masomo yake ama atake ku concentrate kwa class. So the teacher akasema now hatuna solution nyingine, maybe tumuombe, because we have tried all the best.
As early as 2 years, disorders like the autism spectrum, where a child is not able to achieve speech, not able to relate well with other either caregivers or children, or not is obsessed with one particular toy or one particular game. Those can be detected even as early as 2 years, when children are expected to be able to read. Other disorders like attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, also by 3 years you can tell that this child is more active than other children of the same age. And even depression, we are seeing depression as early as primary school children, high school children, but the other disorders, the severe ones, which set in adolescence. Substance abuse is also now common in school-going children from even 7 years, 6 years, and in adolescent is a major problem. Conduct disorders are where a child is constantly questioning authority, or oppositional disorder, or DD, where the child seems to oppose every thing an authority puts up for them. Those are disorders, again, which can happen in childhood. The severe mental illnesses like bipolar mood disorder also, and schizophrenia, set in before age 24, which is also during the adolescence period. Conversion disorder, where a child will say, I have stomachache, because they have pressure from school, they don't want to go to school. Or they'll fainting episodes. You go take to hospital, you do tests. That's very common. You do tests, you can't find a physical cause. So conversion disorder is very common. Children converting their emotional problems to physical problems. Instead of saying, I'm getting so much pressure at school, like I've seen several Form 4s. They are going for their exams and they just break down. And you find that this child says, you see, we are under so much pressure in school, I just need a break to consolidate my self-study and be able to brush up. Because when we go to school, there's a lot of pressure, there's a lot of revision, there's a lot of, and you're all grouped together, some are ahead of me, I feel I need to catch up in this, but I will not be allowed to do that. So we've seen many Form 4s breaking down. Class 8s as well, you find they break down. Either they have seen somebody else converse, and they know when they do that, they'll be allowed a break to stay at home, or the parents will come and give them attention, because as parents we have also become very busy.
Na kama mzazi ambaye ulikuwa unashangaa mtoto wako shuleni hafanyi vile ulikuwa unatarajia, ulikuwa unafikiria nini wakati huo wote wewe kama mzazi?
My complaint kwa shuleni ilikuwa mtoto amekuwa amba from standard 1 mpaka 6. Sasa hiwezi kuja kuniambia that alipiti shule. Na hiyo muda yote nimekuja nikicomplain. It's not performing well. Shuna mpaka narudi tuition. Sasa ukiniambia alipit, ndiye atakuja kufanya nini? That improve. So change from that school, nikampeleka public school. Hii ilikuwa academy. So naye akapewa interview before kuwa admitted. So anaenda class 7 hata wale walikuwa in that public school walikuwa mbele yake. Kasema sasa kulingana na huyu mtoto hatumuone kama alikuwa anasoma kwa hiyo shule. So kuchuli sasa unashindwa ni nini uelewi. Sasa nikaambia mwalimu nilikuwa nimefika mwisho ya kusema kama masomo isiki waje tumsukuma, because tunaweza kumsukuma tupate tunalipita hata hiyo mwezi kama hawezi improve. Ametoka shule ilikuwa number 4 amekuja kwa hii. So ilikuwa na expect yeye ndiye atakuwa number 1 in class or with more marks. So mwalimu alikamfanya akalipit hiyo standard 6. Tukajaribu kumfanyia tuition, hakuna kitu. So maybe nikaona si alikuwa na work from home to school. Nikaona maybe nchiani kuna vitu anafanya. Maybe amepata anata group ile inamfanya. Hapa shule ama kwa nyumba kuna TV. Wakati hatuko ukimwambia asome yeye ana switch kwa TV. So kaona wacha nipeleke nyumbani ndio TV hakuna, maybe I change environment then we can see ni TV ilikuwa inafanya some ama ni nini ilikuwa. So huko ndio alienda akafanya western vile na expect mtoto ya standard 8 kufanya mtihani.
Normally the parent or the caregiver will have started seeing the difference between their child and those of the same age set. But again, different children, just like adults, have different temperaments. There are some people who have quiet, others who are outgoing. And so you need a professional to help you to be able to tell whether this is actually a disorder, a mental health condition, or it is a temperament, because personality develops in adulthood. We don't talk of personality in children. So it's either the temperament, whether it's their normal temperament, or whether it's a mental health condition. So you need a professional to tell you that. And by the time even a child, like for those who visit us, a parent has called and said, I've seen this and this and this. When they join kindergarten, the teachers will also notice this child is either hyperactive compared to the others of the same age, or this child is more oppositional than the children of our age, or this child cries a lot, is withdrawn, as behaviors which are not being seen in other, because teachers, you know, they have taught different classes and they deal with that. If they are 3-year-olds, they are all 3-year-olds. If they are 4-year-olds, they are all 4-year-olds. So you find that by the time, if a child has not been noticed at home, the teachers will notice. Most of the children, you find a parent has noticed, but they are in a denial until they reach school and the school says, I think there's an issue here we need to discuss. And that's why, for us to be able to assist children and adolescents, we need to also reach out to educate the parents and the public in general, and also teachers, because they also interact a lot with them and they can help the parent.
Shida ilikuwa tumejaribu kumpeleka Apeta School kwa kulingana na level ya hiyo school iko juu. So tulikuwa tunajiuliza ni nini huyu hawezi kushika. Maybe wanasema mahali alianzia nursery ndio hawakumold vizuri, hakupata the basics za masomo. Maybe ndio inampatia challenge. So kama ni Kisungu na Kiswahili tukasema okay, let's do different for that hizo subject mbili. But naye ilikuwa inakucha hakuna kitu.
Did you at any point along this school process or school journey for Samuel, did you at any point think that there's probably something not right with my son?
Wakati sasa nimempeleka Kisii, that's when nilikuja kurealize huyu mtoto akili yake why. Yeye kasema sasa waje tukuje hospitali, maybe akili yake tuangaliwe, maybe ubongo yake ni kwa sababu at the times akitaka kukuexplainia something huwa anachukua muda. So sitakwambia straight away, anachukua muda kukuelezea, kukuweka vitu straight.
People do not understand that even in children, if you don't manage the mental health conditions, even learning will be affected. Learning disorder is also part of the common childhood disorders. Let's say, like if attention deficit hyperactivity disorder is not diagnosed, that child will not be able to relate well with their peers, so they will not make friends well. They will engage in substance use early because they want to calm themselves down. Their performance will be affected because they keep being distracted and no one has noticed there's a problem. So you find that those disorders, many parents would fear, one, to put their children on medication. They would fear seeing a mental health professional. They'll say, no, why should I see a psychiatrist? My child, are you saying my child is mad? Why should I see a psychologist? My child is not depressed. How can my child be depressed and is too young? Many people think depression will only affect adults who are maybe financially not able, but we are seeing children with a lot of pressure.
Kwa nyumba kwangu yule mtoto ya kuuliza maswali, mali yako ako peke yake. So tulikuwa tunakaa Mathare before tukue mali tuko. So tukahamia hapa kukuwa na watu ama watoto wengine akiwa at lower age. So maybe tukasema ile kukaa peke yake sababu hakukuwa na watoto wengine. So tukasema maybe hiyo ndio affect hakuwa na kuinteract na watoto wengine.
A child who is not able to relate well with the other children or with the teachers, don't just dismiss that child as being indisciplined. They could be depressed. In fact, in children, when they are depressed, unlike adults who will withdraw and become sad, children become disruptive. They become irritable. So if you are in a school where you just label that as indiscipline and keep punishing the child, then you will lose the child. So we need to educate the public more to understand. Teachers also are part of the public. We need to introduce back life skills. Life skills in schools are about understanding yourself, your strengths, your weaknesses as a student, as a pupil, understanding how to relate with others, and understanding how to make decisions and the impact of every decision.
Do you think at any time mtoto wakati alikuwa anakuwa wakati ya perform vizuri that labda you missed getting the right diagnosis or getting what?
Yeah, so the mistake tulifanya atuchai from that age, atuchai mpeleka for a different opinion kama kwa daktari tuseme tabia zake. Sababu sasa tu kuona kwa tabia zake zilikuwa zinaleta hala mkua, huyu mtu akili yake sio mzuri. Lakini leo napata anafanya vizuri, kesho napata anafanya vibaya. So unaona hata shule from class 1 mpaka unaona ifike 6. Hawajai mwambia nao rudi nyuma, lakini unapata ako average. Yenye ilikuwa nasema mahali yako weak afanyiwe tuition. So ilipiti sasa huyu mtu ataenda. Sasa shule ilirealize huyu mtu sasa tukienda 7 ile marks tuna expect akue atakuwa nayo. So wakasema sasa mrudie. That's when the problem started. Nyinyi kama walimu shida ni nini? Hata sisi hatujui.
Many parents are putting a lot of emphasis on education. We are pushing our children so much to the point where they end up even breaking down. So it is good whenever a child is not either performing or there are discipline issues, let this child be assessed. You don't even need to go to a psychiatrist, even a psychologist, to evaluate the child. It would have been good if all our schools had educational psychologists, people who can evaluate the child and know, is this child having a mental health condition or is this child having a learning disorder? Because again, that child could have a learning disorder and you're pushing them to get an A.
And do you think parents leave responsibility of their children or the responsibility to identify small changes or different things that are happening to their children to the teachers? Like as you said, you expected that the teacher could have pointed it out to you that probably there's a problem. Do you think as parents that we are probably leaving a lot to the teachers?
The other hand, unapata most of the time mtoto ako na mwalimu. If there is any changes, the first person to notice ni mwalimu. Sababu mtoto today say anatoka hapa 6, akuje kwa nyumba 6. Yeah? Wewe ulikuwa umeenda job, ukikuja hapa hakuna homework. Maybe amefanya hiyo homework yake vizuri. So kesho yake anamkia ile mtu masaa mna interact na mtu maybe weekends. Na unataka alale mapema kisha amkie job. Yaani amkie shule. So unapata mimi nilikuwa na complain kwa walimu sababu mtoto alitoka hapa 6. Yeye ndio namuona na yeye. Na umeona huyu mtu nimempatia kazi aifanyi as per vile unataka afanye. Ni nini unafanya? Wangekuwa wamesema huu mtoto ni mimi nikikaa na yeye nikimwangalia kiakili sio sawa. Then tungeanza kujiuliza maswali, mbona kuko fela. So lakini nyumbani ukimwongeleza anafanya. But mahali tulianza kulia leo na mtuma kwa duka anaweza fika katikati asahau. Tena atarudi ni kukumbuka ulikuwa umenituma nini? Si nilikuwa nimekwambia ABCD. So tena ndiye anakumbuka. So hapo ndiye tu kuchukulia maybe tunasema amefanya mchezo mingi kwa barabara ama kwa njia akasahau chenye ametumwa. So at times tunachilaumu sababu like me sikufuatilia.
And having come to the clinic now, since you started this clinic, have you been told what his diagnosis is and if at all it's something that can be treated or managed at this facility?
Wanasema it is treatable, so is under medication. So ndio tunajaribu tunakuja hapa after 2 weeks kuangalia improve, alafu kuna counseling na mkanzo whatever behaviors zake sio mzuri.
Have you noticed any improvements, however small that they may be, since you started Samuel on treatment?
Yeah, iko sababu sahi kuna zile art questions kama maths hakuwa nasielewa, lakini since nilete mwalimu wa tuition, so akimuonyesha hii hesabu inafanywa hivi alafu anamwambia now do it, anaifanya. So ndio ingekuwa nasema kama ni akili yake ilikuwa mbovu, basi ingechukua muda huyu kuelewa hesabu.
Depending on the severity, some by adulthood they have formed ways of coping. Like they have known how to put things on a diary. They have known how to make sure they hold on to their attention in addition to the medication. So you find, depending on the severity, if you're talking of attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, by adulthood, the person has learned how to cope, and so they might not take medication forever. However, there are some cases where, because of our school system and lack of mental health awareness, that the person did not get diagnosed early. So you find that you discover them in adulthood, where they keep changing jobs, they get into drugs, and that's the time you are diagnosing them. So that's the time you start them on medication.
Tunakaa sana kitambo tukuje kurealize shida ya mtoto. So ndio nasema ni vile ukiona any sign, that is the sign of ya mtoto behavior yake tofauti, ndio nasema natakiwa kwenda kuona daktari ndiye siende ikwe umechelewa. Yeah.
We'll take a short break from that, and when we come back, we'll continue with this discussion on childhood mental illnesses or mental illnesses that affect children.